This is Michael Masserang again, and I'm here with Lilac Realty this morning looking at a house in the Charlotte in the 28211 zip code, and I've been asked to look at some foundation drainage as well as some crawl space issues with the home, and we're going to do a quick walk around today. One of the things that was noted in an inspection report, we've got a pretty old porch mechanism here, hardscape. It does have an oxidizing pan beneath the top layer. Obviously, you know, this is 40, 50-year-old situation here where the mortar joints could be ground out and tightened up there. And same thing with the top layer, where we have some slate, that could be pulled off and something else could be put in its place, or just, possibly a replacement could be explored. But, this could be repaired and everything's sealed up better from up top to help prevent moisture from getting into the crawl space area. Just kind of walking around here, we see, a lot of, as with Charlotte, a lot of big invasive bushes and plants that are around this home, which can drive moisture into these crawl spaces, and a lot of homeowners do that here. And some lovely plants. An arborist could be consulted with to do some key pruning here on some of these really older trees. But really, to protect the foundation, all these plants should be removed, and flower beds should have small plants mixed with rocks and small hardscapes, and that would keep moisture away from the foundation. The Japanese maple, this of course is too close to the house, and that should be removed and the stump ground out. Same thing with holly bushes, and sometimes you see a lot of crepe myrtles that can be invasive. This large tree, it's a lovely old tree. It needs to be pruned to get it back off the roof. The house does have a good gutter system. We are noting that all of the downspouts should be extended a minimum of 6 feet away from the foundation. That'll help with the water intrusion challenge that the house is experiencing, and even perhaps doing some underground piping might be a good thing to do here. So the backyard looks really good, and the plants look good here. Don't see any foundation cracks. The house is in really good condition based on what we're seeing. And again, as we get to this side, invasive plants that should be removed and replaced with smaller plants. And you can work with an arborist to do those types of things. Obviously, this is a lovely tree. I wish it was 15, 20 feet from the house, but this one is probably the most invasive plant that I'm seeing around the house. This obviously should be ground out in the stump, tree cut down, the stump ground out and removed. So we'll work our way over to the crawl space area. But yeah, same thing with these plants. And luckily this crawl space is pretty, it's a pretty deep crawl space, and so all the vents are above grade. I don't see any vent wells. And we'll go ahead and take a peek in the crawl space. Let me turn on some lights here. And I love this kind of this gravel is really, I like that as a sub base. The old bricks here, definitely want to keep those in case you want to have brickwork to do, on this old pier and curtain wall foundation. But we did, as you'll see here, we do see microbial growth growing on the floor system. This is decades of biofilm material, most likely aspergillus and penicillium. The ductwork is pretty old on this home, and the piping, the old cast iron pipes that are here for this home at some point should be replaced, but looks like at the moment should be okay. There is some flex duct mixed in with some of the older hard ducting. We have a sump pump here, and the exit line is running outside, exiting to the left side of the home, just outside the flower bed. Might play around with that a little bit and extend it. Also like to comment on the sump basin. The sump basin is too small. It needs to be a commercial size to handle more water so that the pump will cycle less. And also the system would require a series of 4-inch pipe and gravel drain tiles to go around the perimeter to complete the circuit, so to speak, to give the support to this sump pump that it needs and to stop the water from coming in past the footer. So we're going to recommend a drain system to augment the current sump. But water intrusion can be caused by a variety of issues. Usually, as we mentioned before, the plants, invasive plants, and grade and flower beds usually drive water intrusion challenges in crawl spaces, and that can be repaired with some common sense exterior type protocols. We'll go a little deeper. Obviously, it needs a good cleaning. We've got gas powered HVAC, so the solution that we'll propose will be a hybrid situation since you do have gas. I'm not a big fan of encapsulations. I'd like to do a hybrid solution called an Atmox system for this home to not only control the moisture, but to properly ventilate, considering that we do have gas combustion occurring inside the crawl space. Vapor barrier is obviously pretty old, several decades old. We can replace that, put a nice white liner down, and crawl columns look good. Framing inspection report didn't indicate, this is the old style flush girder construction, and you can see some concerns about seepage coming through the curtain wall, as you see here. Effervescence, not really a big concern with this house. Obviously, again, the grading in the flower beds, the plant removal will help to control seepage or moisture coming through the curtain wall. And again, we've got you can see the microbial growth here on the floor system. Older ductwork back here. We can clean all this off and make it look nice and pretty and clean again. But probably eventually a full ductwork replacement can be done once the unit is replaced. So pretty open, good work area. We have now here, see some of these oranges. That's a really heavy microbial concentration. This floor joist is cracked. Probably should run a sister there to remedy that, but not a huge concern. It looks pretty good in here as far as considering the vintage being a 50-year-old house. But we need to remove the insulation, conduct a full industrial cleaning service on this home, and then put a common sense hybrid moisture type system in here, as we previously discussed. So but yeah, this looks good. Maybe replace all these vents with modern vents too would be a good thing to do. New construction vents, and re-insulate the subfloor. Yeah, I think these folks I think they've got a good opportunity here. It's a good house. But again, if you have any questions about pier and curtain wall homes, crawl space type programs, moisture, mold, you can contact us at the bottom of your screen, and we look forward to talking to you about it, giving you more information. Again, this is Michael Masserang in Charlotte, North Carolina, 28211. And we hope you have a good rest of the day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.